everyone, welcome to my first story time. I'm nervous, but I just really wanted to tell you guys this story because I thought it was like really funny and I don't know, I just really love telling this story, so I'm just gonna hop right in. Okay. So as some of you may know, I work at a movie theater that sells like food. It's like a dine-in type of thing. So you like go watch a movie, like servers come up and take your order, food's delivered to you. It's like pretty nice. And so I'm a server, I take people's orders, I do like all that good stuff, take you your drinks, your food, drop your check off, blah blah blah. I try to minimize interruptions, right? Like I don't want to walk in front of people while they're watching a movie. So I'm just like doing my thing. I don't know anything about sports like whatsoever. I mean, I know how it's played, but I don't know the players. I don't know what they look like. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. One day I was like struggling hardcore and I just could not make it to everybody before the movie started. So I was taking orders in the dark and we have like these handhelds that light up. So I was just like, oh, hey, can I take your order? Like, oh, blah, blah, oh, you want this? Cool, that's awesome. So I'm like, dine in, send it off. Don't even think twice about going to check on it or anything. And I'm like, oh, like minding my own business, and a coworker comes up to me and they're like, hey, like what row are you serving? And I'm like, oh, I'm in this row. They're like, oh, so you have Wilson Chandler. And if you guys don't know who Wilson Chandler is, he's like a huge NBA player. He plays for the Denver Nuggets, my home team. And I was just like, what? Like, I know that name, I like recognized it, but I didn't know who that was. And so I was like, oh, okay, like, cool, thanks for telling me. And then I just like get on with my day. And then I like go check back on them, like make sure they're all good. And I was like, golly, this guy is like so tall. His feet are sticking out. I can barely walk in front of him. And I'm just like, okay, that's probably the NBA player. Like everyone told me, cool, like awesome. And so we like have to drop the checks off, you know, so I like drop his check off and then I go like 5 or 10 minutes later to go pick up the payment, and this is where things like go horribly wrong. Okay, let me just disclose one thing. I am such a crybaby. I will cry for no reason. I'll cry in TV shows, I'll cry like in movies, I'll cry like if I don't know, I'm just such a crybaby. I'm so emotional. Everyone knows I'm a crybaby. They make fun of me for it, but I don't care. But anyways, so I like go back to pick up his check, right? And I like, oh, cool. So like I see his card and I like go run it. And it says like Wilson Chandler on it. I'm like, oh my god, like I'm freaking out. It's like an NBA player. I'm actually serving him. It's like, this is so cool. And I'm like so excited. I'm like shaking. I'm like taking his card back to him. And it's a movie theater, right? So it's like pitch black, like, and the only thing you see is a screen. And so I'm like walking carefully. I'm like, oh, I don't want to like hit his legs. Like I need to put his tab right there. Like I can't block his view or anything. Me being so shaky and like crazy and dumb, like walking up there and I like go to hand him his book and his card flies out and goes in front of the person sitting in front of him. Like it goes in their seat somewhere and I'm just like, what just happened? I turn around and I run out of the theater and I start crying. I'm like freaking out. I have major anxiety. I'm like breathing hardcore. I'm like, what is going on? Like somebody needs to help me. I just lost an NBA player's credit card. Like what am I gonna do? I'm gonna get fired. Like what is going on in life? So everyone's like, just calm down, Stephanie, he'll be fine, like, it's no big deal, he'll understand. And I'm like, no, he's probably gonna think I, like, want to fraud him or something. I just, like, I'm freaking out, I can't think clearly. Thinking that back on it now, like, the situation was, like, much less than it actually, like, was right now. Like, I'm trying to, I don't know how to explain it. But anyways. So I'm just like, okay, like whatever. I try to calm myself down. They're like, just go tell him his credit card fell. Like you'll find it as soon as the lights turn on. Like the movie's over. And I was like, okay. So like I just walk over there. I'm like, excuse me, I'm sorry I lost your card, but I'll find it as soon as the lights turn on. He's like, okay. And I'm like, okay. I I just like turn around and leave, and I'm like bawling my eyes out, and I'm just such a crybaby. I don't get it. But as soon as the lights turn on, like I just start digging through like this person's seat. I'm like, hey, like get out the way, I need to find this credit card. I'm, like digging out there, like, oh, like where's this thing at? And like finally, like very deep back there, like I don't know how it possibly could get there, but movie theater seats are like crazy, like I don't know, they're just like a jigsaw puzzle or something. But I finally found the card, and I was like, I found it, like here you are, I'm so sorry about that. He's like, no worries, like blah blah, like he just signs his receipt, like leaves or whatever. Anyways, after such a disastrous like movie fail, he tipped me 15 bucks or something like that, and this is like $20 tab, and I just could not be more happy. Like he's such a good person. I literally love seeing him like all the time. Like he's just so cool. I don't say anything to him because I respect people's privacy and stuff like that, but like he's just such a cool person, and if it wasn't for me like making that mistake, I probably would like say hi or something, but I'm just like damaged for life. But yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this fun little story. I don't know, it's just something I felt like sharing with you guys because it makes me laugh every time I think about it. So yeah, I hope like this made you laugh at least like once, you know. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. If you want more story times, I'll like think back to my good old days and like give you guys some good juicy stories. But anyway, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video.